Good afternoon and welcome to the campus of West Lauderdale High School in Collinsville, Mississippi, Jerry Boatner Field, where tonight the West Lauderdale Knights will have a district contest against the Choctaw Warriors. West Lauderdale comes into the contest with a record of 13-2 and has a perfect district record, while Choctaw comes in with a record of 6-9 and a 500 record of 3-3 in district. Choctaw's coming off a win against League Central, which was a district win by a score of 12-0, and then the Neshoba Central, they took a loss on Saturday by a score of 0-12 in Neshoba Central's favor. So Choctaw comes in as even in district. West and Kosciuszko are tied at 6-0 each for district play, and I believe West Lauderdale will close out district play against Kosciuszko in a couple of weeks. And that'll be a big series. So while we were away, West Lauderdale played a couple of games. One district game against Northeast Lauderdale, in which they defeated the Trojans by a score of 13-2. Some highlights from that game: Carson Smith was 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, but man, the outstanding player in that game was Jacob Wooten. Jacob Wooten was 4 for 4, 6 RBIs. Had a home run and was actually just a double shy of the cycle. He had an outstanding offensive day. Picked a good time to have it, too. There were several college coaches on site, and Jacob Wooten and Carson both had great days. And a lot of other night players had great days at the plate and in the field and on the mound. So it was really a showcase for them. And kudos to those guys that really stood out that day because they got a lot of attention afterwards. The next game was Saturday at home, and we didn't have the broadcast. I was away watching Mason pitch a game at Senatobia, so I kind of took that afternoon off. But the Knights defeated Quitman by a score of 12-2, and Leighton Jenkins was the star of that game, 2 for 2. Both of those were home runs, had 4 RBIs, so a good day for Leeds Jenkins. 2 for 2, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Jacob Wooten, Cannon Graham, and Brett Busby all were 2 for 3, so they had a real good day at the plate. Scored some runs. It's nice to see West scoring some runs, 13-12 back-to-back. Hopefully they can carry that over to this game. As it sits right now, West would definitely qualify for the playoffs, but they want the number 1 seed. You know how the playoffs work. Number 1 seed in the district faces number 4 seed out of an opposing district, and West Lauderdale's in the north. So you always want that 1-4 lineup, 1-4 matchup in the first round of the playoffs, so you can, not to say it won't be an easy series, but it's certainly not a 1-1, 1 seed to 1 seed. So West is shooting for that 1 seed, and we'll go from there. Last year, Kosciuszko won the district. First time West has lost the district in many years, and West was still able to get out of that 2-hole in the district and end up in the North State Championship, which they lost to Pontotoc. But Pontotoc had a good team and just got the best of West last year. But nonetheless, even when they don't win district, they advance deep into the playoffs and ended up in the North State Finals and were, in fact, the North State runner-up for last year. The starting lineups, first for Choctaw Central Warriors, they'll have Tristan Henry pitching, leading off. Colin Dixon plays shortstop and hitting the 2-hole. Gage Lewis will be your catcher and hit third. Keith and Anderson will be your third baseman in the cleanup role. Nielsden Jim will be your right fielder and hit 5th. Braylon Smith will be a center fielder and hit 6th. Hagan Anderson will be your first baseman, hit 7th. Hayden Willis will hit in the 8-hole and play second base, and Avon Joe will be your left fielder and hit 9th. The Warriors are coached by head coach Todd York, assisted by Kendall Smith and Adam Johnson. Your Knights will have a familiar lineup with Jackson Parker playing center and leading off. Jacob Wooten, coming off his excellent weekend, will play shortstop hitting the 2-hole. Cannon Graham will hit third and play second base. Brett Busby will be your cleanup hitter and play third base. Caden Peoples will play right field and hit 5th. Ian Harrington will be the pitcher on the mound and hit 6th. Leeds Jenkins will hit 7th and play first. Carson Smith will be the designated hitter and hit 8th, and Hunter Russell will play left field and hit 9th. Owen Shirley will be your catcher. just a note, we've had some power glitches here at Jerry Boatner Field. Not necessarily due to the storms that came through, just some power issues. So hopefully the lights hold up. They've gone out a couple of times, so hopefully they'll be able to make it through, and I will be able to complete the game in a timely manner tonight. So we got a little bank of lights out in right center that kind of half on. And we just lost the left field light bank, just went out. So I know we have a couple electricians on site. They're working on it. So hopefully we can get the game played and get through it this evening.
The Warriors are led by head coach Todd York, assisted by Adam Johnson and Kendall Steve. The Knights are led by head coach Jason Smith. And now your starting lineup in batting order for your West Lauderdale Knights. In center field, number 2, Jackson Parker. In shortstop, number 25, Jacob Quitman. In second base, number 5, Cam Graham. In third base, number 1, Greg Busby. In right field, number 22, Caden Peoples. On nine pitching, number 28, Ian Harrison. First base, number 3, Lee Jenkins. The DH will be number 26, Carson Smith. In the left field, number 36, Hunter Russell. The catcher will be number 13, Owen Shirley. The Knights are led by head coach Jason Smith, assisted by Jody Hurst, Justin Hamrick, and Jamie Brown. Robbie McKee. And now if you would please stand and remove your hats for the invocation and the pledge of the national anthem. Our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for this day and your many blessings. We thank you for this day that we have come to play the game of baseball. We ask, Lord, that each player goes home tonight knowing that they played the best that they know how. We ask you to go with us, guide and direct us in all we do. We ask you in Jesus' name. Amen.
So the nice roll in, Harrington to the mound. In the district contest, in comes in with a 5-1 record, a 1.355 ERA, and 45 strikeouts, leads the team for the Knights on the season. Ian's lone loss was against Wayne Academy over in the spring break tournament at Enterprise, and it was really a tough loss. He did pitch really well. We just couldn't swing the bats enough to get him enough run support against the pitcher from Wayne Academy that day. So as I mentioned a minute ago, having a little light difficulty, but so Choctaw Central's been very competitive this year. Got a good team. I think they split with Northeast Lauderdale, I believe. They did in district. Lost both to Kosciuszko, one by a score 2-7 and the other by a score 2-12. They swept League Central relatively easily, 17-0 and 12-0. Lost to Neshoba Central 12-0. Team West Lauderdale handled easily early in the season. So we'll see. So Tristan Henry's coming to the plate. He's pitching for the Warriors today. Harrington throws a fastball, center cut, fouled off left-hand side. Breaking pitch outside corner. Good location from Harrington. Count moves to 0-2. That was a slow looping breaking pitch there, but broke right across the outside corner and kind of froze Henry at the plate. See if Harrington comes back, bust him inside with a fastball right here. Gives him a fastball. Brings him up. I tell you what, he gets that pitch an inch or two off the outside of the plate, and it's going to be a long night for the Warriors. That pitch may have been off the plate just a little bit. Great 0-2 pitch from Harrington, and he got the call. There was nothing Henry could do with that. So Colin Dixon, the shortstop, coming to the plate. Harrington throws a breaking pitch. Dixon squares the bunt. Offers at it. Does not offer at it, and it's called a strike. Fastball in the dirt. Swing at it and missed by Dixon. So count quickly to 0-2, one out in the inning. Top of the first, 0-0. There's a fastball, fouled off right-hand side. Count stays 0-2. Breaking pitch inside. Good pitch from Harrington. Just a little bit too inside. Count moves to 1-2. Fouled off again. So count stays 1-2 on a foul straight back fastball. Ian's got good velocity, sitting in the high 80s. That was 87. Fastball. Fouled off left-hand side. Busby with a good effort. Diving, couldn't quite make the play. Ball's foul. That's one of those kind of like a football play. Throw to a receiver. He's got to make over shoulder the catch just out of Brett's reach. Made a valiant effort, though. Valiant diving effort in the grass off the left side foul territory. Count remains 1-2, 1 out. Top of the first. Just getting started, Jerry Boatner Field. Looks like we're able to fix the bank of lights out in left field, so we got a little life in those. Fielded by Brett. Time, so that'll be 2 outs. Good running play by Brett Busby. Have 2 quick outs.
The 2 outs. The batter's the catcher, number 41, Gage Lewis.
So Gage Lewis coming to the plate, the catcher. Hard ground ball, smack down the left field line and into the corner. Lewis is going to make his turn, looking for 2, going to make it easily. Center. So quickly out 0-1. Fastball, fouled straight back. Count moves to 0-2. So now Ian's right where he wants to be. He probably didn't want to throw anything in the zone here to the 4 hitter. Make him chase something off the plate or something just off the plate. Maybe he can get a call. He's going curveball, fastball. See if he runs a fastball just off the plate. There it is. That's the changeup. That's a great pitch from Ian Harrington. Owen Shirley with a good play. And that'll retire the side. And Choctaw has no runs on 1 hit. Knights have no errors. We go to the bottom of 1. Score Choctaw 0. Knights coming to the plate. So Tristan Henry on the mound for the Choctaw Central Warriors. Jackson Parker will lead it off. Jackson Parker's hitting .333 on the year. 3 doubles, 5 RBIs, 9 runs scored. That's what a leadoff hitter wants to do, get on base, score runs.
To lead off for the Knights is center fielder number 2, Jackson Parker.
Ball up. Count moves to 1-0. It's the bottom of first. Choctaw Central played at nothing in the top. Stranded a runner at second. Jackson with a ground ball to second baseman. I believe that's going to get through. Yeah, second baseman was shading Jackson a dead pull. Jackson does a good job at just taking it back where it came from, up the middle. And Jackson's on to lead off single, and Jacob Wooten coming to the plate. As we mentioned, Jacob was red hot last against Northeast. And Jacob Wooten comes in hitting .354, 14 RBIs, 18 runs scored, 5 doubles, 1 home run. Like I mentioned, he was a double short of the cycle in the Northeast game. He's been red hot as of late. Ball outside, 1-0. Jackson's going to take it on the pass ball. Going to take second base. The Knights have that lead run in scoring position. Jacob Wooten smashes one past the shortstop. He dead centered that ball, and it was a bullet. Got out there so quick. Jackson had to hold up on the line drive, thinking the shortstop may catch it, but the shortstop couldn't react quick enough. And so Jacob Wooten is on first with a single. Jackson on third. And the Knights have runners on the corners. Cannon Graham coming to the plate. Cannon comes in leading the Knights in average, hitting .476. 11 singles, 5 doubles, 2 triples, a couple of home runs, 9 RBIs, 22 runs scored. So Cannon is swinging it well at this point in the season. There goes Jay Woo. He's going to take it and fake throw. He's going to take it uncontested. So that takes the routine double play and conventional double play out of order. Knights have runners at second and third. And Cannon's ahead in the count, 1-0. That's a strike outside half.
Now you ready? Barrel down that thing, Biggin. Stay short.
And so the lights, 4 lights out there in right center field, but we can play with that. Wayne Buchanan and Jay Horton and Jacob Wooten's daddy's out there too, I think. And so big thanks to them for getting the lights up and working. Strike. Count moves to 1-2.
Come on now. KPP, let's go, 5. You gotta want it.
Fouled off. Count remains 1-2.
Stay short. Can't get it by you. Nobody better, 5. You gotta know it. Nobody better.
Oh, and he gets rung up outside fastball.
Foot outside, Blue.
That ball was outside. I will say he gave Harrington that pitch too in the top half of the first. It's a tough one for Cannon. He's going to take that because it's a ball, but he didn't. He didn't see. He couldn't see from where he was playing in the field that the umpire was giving that at the top half of the first. So he'll learn from that next time up. Won't take that pitch. Try to do something with it. So Brett comes to the plate. Ball line up. 1 out in the inning. Busby comes in hitting .409. 8 home runs, 19 RBIs. Brett by a long way is the leading home run hitter on the team. He's in the power slot here as the cleanup hitter.
Let's go, Brett.
Counts 1-1, 1 out. 0, bottom of the first inning. Knights have 2 runners on, threatening to score. Would like to take that lead right here. There's a drive from Busby. Out to right center, deep, going back. And that's going to be number 9, a 3-run bomb over the Sweet Dream sign out in right center field. Right in between the 2007 and 2009 state championships. And so, Brett puts the Knights up 3-0 on the long ball. That was hit well.
Next on is the right fielder, number 22, Caden Peoples.
And Caden Peoples coming to the plate in 371. 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. And so that's what you want if you're the Knights. Get that early lead. There's a drive from Caden out into the gap. That's going to get down the center fielder. Caden's going to make a hard turn, but hold up at 1. So the Knights are swinging the sticks at this point.
The batter's the pitcher, number 28, Ian Harrington.
Fouled off, straight back by Ian. Ian's hitting 395, 2 doubles, 11 RBIs, 13 runs scored. There's a fly ball out to short center field. Shortstop ranges over, makes the play. And so there are 2 outs.
With 2 outs, the batter's the first baseman, number 3, Leeds Jenkins.
Ball up and away. Count evens up 1-1. Leeds Jenkins coming to the plate. Ball in the dirt. Count evens up 2-2. Leeds coming in at 357. Leeds had an outstanding day against Saturday against Quitman. He had 2 home runs. He's got 22 RBIs on the year and 4 home runs on the season. And Leeds hits another ball just in front of the left fielder who lets it fall. So Leeds Jenkins will have a hit. Have runners at first and second and 2 outs. And Carson Smith coming to the plate. Yeah, Leeds was 2 for 2 against Quitman Saturday in a 4 RBI day. Had a really, really good day Saturday at the plate. Carson Smith comes in hitting .429. 4 doubles, 8 RBIs. Carson pops one straight up. Drifting out. Shortstop's coming over. Can't make the play. Ball falls untouched. Caden will score from all the way around from first base.
Left fielder, number 36, Hunter Russell.
That'll bring Hunter Russell to the plate, hitting .361, 3 doubles, 12 RBIs. So Carson takes off and gets tagged out. So I think he just tried to get an early jump, didn't read what happened. The pitcher still had the ball, and he kind of gets in no man's land and runs into out 3 in the inning. Nonetheless, the Knights played 4 on 5 hits. And we'll lead it through 1 inning, score 4-0. Nelson Jim coming to the plate. Swing and missed the first one. Evens count up 1-1 here. Good fastball on the outside corner from Harrington. Count moves to 1-2. Good breaking pitch, and that'll do Jim in right there. And so Harrington on 4 pitches retires Jim via the strikeout. And that'll bring Braylon Smith, the center fielder for the Warriors, to the plate. Knights lead 4-0. Top of the second inning, 1 out. Strike outside corner. Men pumped the fastball across. Just the black outside of the plate. Caught the edge. Good pitch. Low fastball. Fouled off the right-hand side. Out of play. Counts quickly 0-2. Good breaking pitch. Tap back to the pitcher. Harrington to first base. Easy play, easy out. So on 3 pitches, Ian retires Braylon Smith, second out of the inning. And Hagan Anderson, your first baseman for the Warriors, are coming to the plate. Nice lead, 4-0, top of the second.
2 outs. The batter's the first baseman. Number 28, Hayden Anderson.
Breaking pitch, right down center cut with a lot of drop to it. The count's 0-1. Fastball, he's getting catch up to that after seeing the breaking pitch. The count's quickly 0-2. So Anderson's down 0-2. And swings through that. So that's his 3 quick outs from Harrington. Very efficient inning. So nothing doing for the Warriors in the top half of the second. No runs on no hits, no errors by the Knights. West Lauderdale leads through 1.5, 4-0.
And that had an inning for the Warriors. There are no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Due up to the Knights, Hunter Russell, Jackson Parker, and Jacob Wooten. To lead off for the Knights, the left fielder, number 36, Hunter Russell.
So Hunter Russell will lead off the bottom half of the second.
Go, Hunter.
Ball in the dirt. Count moves to 1-0. Knights lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. It's a little bit of breeze blowing in tonight, not too much. Ball up, going to be called a strike on the inside half. Count evens up 1-1. Little breeze blowing maybe from left to right field, kind of across the field, really. Don't know that it's really helping anything unless you hit it out, unless you hit it down the right field line or dead right field, right center. You're probably going to get a little advantage of the wind there. Russell's ahead, 2-1 count. There's a line drive single from Russell. Well hit ball right past the second baseman. And so the Knights once again have that leadoff runner on base. So Jackson Parker singled about where Russell hit that ball just then last time.
Jackson Parker.
His last time up, so Jackson's 1 for 1 on the night. Jackson squares. Russell takes and gets the steal. Tries to take the extra base and is going to get there. So good job by Russell. Aggressive base running. Takes second base on the steal. Ball rolls into center field. Center field throws it to third high, and Russell gets there in plenty of time. So good aggressive base running and good hustle from Russell.
Stay hot, Jack. Let's go, big guy.
Jackson's bunts again. It's going to be a tough play, and that's going to be an error. First baseman can't hold the throw,
Great hustle, Jack.
and so Hunter Russell will come home, make the score 5-0. And Jackson is on via the error. I don't know if he was bunting. I feel like he was bunting for a hit there. Certainly wasn't a squeeze. Certainly wasn't a safety squeeze. Because Russell didn't go until the throw got past the first baseman. So I feel like Jackson was actually trying to bunt for a hit and really kind of pushed it back more towards the pitcher than he wanted to. If he'd have pushed it toward third, Warriors had no chance to make that play, and I'm sure that's what he saw.
That is the shortstop, number 25, Jacob Wooten.
That'll bring Jacob Wooten to the plates. 1-for-1 run scored. Lined a single right past the shortstop his last time up. Jackson's got good speed at first. The Knights have already stolen a couple of times tonight, so it wouldn't shock me again. There's another rocket from Wooten in the left center. And Jacob Wooten is swinging the bat like he owns it. He has just torn the cover off the ball the last 3 games, and man, that is great to see because he is certainly a fine athlete. Like I mentioned, when we played Northeast last week, there were several college coaches there, and I heard a story that maybe one of them videoed Jacob and sent it to one Tim Anderson since he knew Tim Anderson. Won't mention any names, but I thought that was pretty neat for Jacob to get that. I know he talked to him after the game, so it's pretty cool for Jacob.
Boy, be patient. Then be a monster. Let's go.
Counts 1-0 to Cannon Graham.
Stay short, barrel down, baby. Let's go.
Graham struck out on a ball that was clearly outside. He couldn't do anything with it his last time up. See if Cannon can get a little payback here. Get a good pitch and handle it somewhere.
Boy.
That ball's low and away, 2-0.
If he brings it over to White, you hammer that thing, 5. My drive, big guy.
Shortstop fainting behind Jackson, trying to keep him close. Graham swings, fouls it off, right-hand side.
Big guy, let's go.
Count moves to 2-1. Nobody out in the inning. Knights with 2 men on, leading 5-0. Have already plated 1 in this inning. Graham takes it. Runners move up. So that was called a strike. Count moves to 2-2. Ball might have been up.
Get your toes on it.
Cannon's had the misfortune of having two pretty loose strike calls against him early in the game. But he battles through it, hits one out to right field. Right fielder makes the play. And for some reason, Jackson Parker didn't get back on the bag. Golden rule of baseball. He was a quarter of the way home. Should have just stayed on third. Let the right fielder make the play and walk into home.
One out. The back is third baseman, number 1.
And that does 2 things. One, the Knights don't get the run, but the other thing it does is it really costs Cannon an at-bat because that turns into a sac fly instead of an out. And Cannon is 0 for 1 instead of 0 for 2. Little things like that go unnoticed. But they matter at the end of the year. And I think Jackson probably just had a mental lapse right there. Maybe thought it was going to get down and it didn't. Jacob Wooten takes second on stolen base. Busby homered his last time up over the Sweet Dream sign out in right center. Quickly down 0-2. 1 out in the inning. The Knights to this point has 5 runs on 7 hits. Committed no errors. Ball inside. Count moves to 1-2. Catcher asked the umpire where that was at. He thought it was a strike. Umpire said it was inside. Busby fouls it off right-hand side again. Count remains 1-2, 1 out. Fastball up behind. Brett ducks right under it. Just misses his helmet. Count is up 2-2. 1 out. Bottom half of the second inning. Brett hits a ground ball to third baseman. He makes a good play. Throw it to first. And the second out is recorded by the Warriors. Brett hits a hard ground ball. Good play by the third baseman to make the short hop. So the Knights can't plate that run. The score remains 5-0 Knights. Caden Peoples coming to the plate. Caden 1 for 1. Singles last time up. Ball in the dirt. Bounces off of Caden back to the catcher, and Jackson Parker retreats to third. Ball outside. Count moves to 2-0.
Okay, Pete.
Caden fouls it off. Right hand side out of play. Count moves to 2-1. Knights to this point in the game have 5 runs on 7 hits. The Warriors have no runs on 1 hit. KP swings right through it. Maybe a high. Don't know if that's a fastball or changeup, but Caden swinging right through it. Count evens up 2-2 with 2 outs. Deuce is wild. Caden hits one out to left field. The left fielder's going to range under it and make the play. And so the Knights are retired, but do score 1 run in the bottom of the second to move the score to Knights 5, Warriors 0.
That half the inning for the Knights over 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. Due up to the Warriors. Hayden Willis, Hayden Joe, and Tristan Henry.
So Harrington returns to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. To this point in the game, he's given up 1 hit, struck out 4, walked no one.
Off of the Warriors. The second baseman, number 3, Hayden Willis.
So Hayden Willis coming to the plate, the second baseman. And throws one past him, strike one. Strike two, swung at and missed. Up in the zone. Willis chased it. If I'm in, I stay with that pitch. It's not going to catch up with that fastball if you throw it. Doesn't. Throws a curveball. Gets him to swing and miss in the dirt. And throw by Owen Shirley to first in plenty of time. And so on 3 pitches, Harrington has out number 1 in the top half of third. And so that'll bring Avon Joe, the left fielder, to the plate.
With 1 out, the batter's the left fielder, number 2, Avon Joe.
Joe squared to bunt, fouled off the breaking pitch from Harrington. Count moves to 0-1. We have 1 out. This is the top half of the third inning. Nice leading 5-0. Played 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Nice to have 5 runs on 7 hits. The Warriors have no runs on 1 hit. Good pitch from Harrington. Low in the zone, right at the knees, outside corner. That's a tough one to handle. 0-2 count. See if he comes back with the exact same thing. Breaking pitch away. Shirley does a good job blocking it up. Makes the throw to first on the inside. And quickly 2 down via the strikeout. So when a ball gets away from a catcher like that, and obviously strike 2 in the dirt, drop, not caught cleanly, he has to throw it to first. You know, they either go inside or outside. And I know Owen always likes to go inside. He never goes outside. Sometimes, you know, depends on where. Fastball inside, strike 1. You could, you know, the first baseman normally says inside, or this catcher says inside, 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 and the first baseman gives him an inside target, meaning towards the field side of the foul line. Ball in the dirt, 1-1. If Owen wants to throw it from the outside of the runner, meaning in foul territory, he'll say outside, and then leads the man first base, put his opposite foot on the bag and stretch outside the foul line towards the dugout. That way it clears the throw for the catcher so it doesn't hit the runner in the back. It's count 2-1, ball in the dirt, 3-1. Ball low. So he ends the 5-pitch walk. This is his first walk of the evening. And Tristan Henry,
2 out, that was the shortstop, number 31.
the pitcher for the Warriors, drew the walk. So that'll bring up the 2-hole hitter Colin Dixon, the shortstop. Fastball right at the numbers. A little velocity on that one. Count moves to 0-1. Another fastball. Easy play for Graham to first base in plenty of time. And so through 2.5, the Knights lead 5-0 on no runs, no hits in that inning for the Warriors. So Harrington, Jenkins, and Smith coming to the plate for the Knights. Henry return, go to the mound for his third inning of work for the Warriors. Henry threw 2's, giving up 8 hits on 5 runs, 4 of which were earned, struck out 1. Harrington's 0 for 1 on the day. Ball in the dirt, count moves to 1-0. Harrington drives one out to right field. Right fielder ranges over and makes a play. A little basket catch out there by the right fielder, retires Harrington. So quickly 1 out in the inning. That'll bring Leeds Jenkins to the plate. Jenkins singled his last time up.
With 1 out, the batter's first baseman, number 3, Leeds Jenkins.
Leeds had a fine day Saturday against Quitman as well. 2 home runs. Had a good day. Curveball in there for a strike on the outside half. Jenkins swings that, fouls it off the top of the plate. So Henry out quick. An 0-2 count. Jenkins fouls it off right-hand side. Out of play. Count remains 0-2. 1 out. Knights lead 5-0. Bottom of the 3rd inning. As we mentioned, the pregame is a district contest. Knights really want to win those games, get the good seed, and Jenkins swings and misses to a fastball. So 2 quick outs. This is Henry's best inning up to the game at this point. Carson Smith coming to the plate. Carson's 1 for 1, 1 RBI.
The batter is DH number 26, Carson Smith.
Ball in the dirt. Counts 1-0 to Carson. To this point in the game, the Warriors have no runs on 1 hit. Committed 1 error. There's a little dribbler. That's a fair ball. Fisted down the 3rd base line into the left field corner. And Carson's going to pull in with a stand-up double. I think he got that off the handle, and it just floated past, just barely inches from being caught by the 3rd baseman. Landed just inside the foul line and then spun off into the Knights bullpen. Carson ends up with a stand-up double. Hunter Russell coming to the plates, 1 for 1, scored a run. Knights would love to tack on another one. Strike on the outside corner, fastball. There's Russell with a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop fields it cleanly, throws it to first, and air mails it. And so that's going to score the run. Smith's going to score. Russell's going to go on the wild throw from the shortstop. Russell's going to reach on an error, and Smith's going to score on the error. So as we mentioned before, all that area to the, if you're staring at the visiting team's dugout here at Jerry Boatner Field, all that area to the left of the dugout is a dead ball area. And, you know, that's by design, I'm sure. If you overthrow one here at first from short or second, it goes in that dead ball area, you get an extra bag. The Knights count on us not doing that. There, Jackson taps one forward. Jackson can run. It's going to be a tough play, and he's safe. So an infield almost swinging bunt hit from Jackson Parker, where he tried to bunt for a hit last time. Got thrown out. This time it's almost acts as a swinging bunt. And Jackson legs it out. Jacob Wooten coming to the plate, 2 for 2, 1 run scored. Parker at first. Russell at third. Ball outside, 1-0. 2 outs in the inning. I don't know that Coach Smith will put anything on with Jacob at the plate. Jacob's been swinging it way too well. Might just give him a chance to do the damage. Ball inside, 2-0. Knights now lead 6-0 on 9 hits. Warrior then helped out by 2 Warrior errors. Wooten ducked under that one. Count moves to 3-0. And I can almost promise you, the way Jacob is swinging the bat right now, that he has got the green light on 3-0 if he gives it center cut. Ball in the dirt. Wooten does a good job, takes it. So that'll load them up for Cannon Graham. Cannon's due 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out 1 time, but Cannon's also the leading hitter on the team. Was sitting close to 500 before the game started.
Your next batter is the second baseman, number 5.
So you had to pick a couple of players to be up with the bases loaded. Graham and Busby are those guys. Count moves to 1-0 on the outside fastball. There's a drive. Graham hit out to center field. Center field arranges over and makes the play. So they retire Graham via the flyout. Strand the bases loaded, but the Knights get 1 to push the lead out to 6-0. Knights have 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and the Warriors have 0 runs on 1 hit and 2 errors. We move into the top of the 4th.
Catcher, number 41, Gage Lewis.
So Harrington returns for his 4th inning of work. Gage Lewis, the catcher, comes up. Ball in the dirt, 1-0. Good fastball, chopped off. Hits the edge of the grass, tumbles foul. Harrington, to this point in the games, had pitched 3 innings, given up 1 hit. Struck out 6 and walked only 1 batter. Good breaking ball. A lot of movement on that breaking pitch from Harrington. The count moves to 1-2. The breaking ball popped up. Jenkins drifts over into foul territory and makes the play. So, Harrington retires Lewis on a foul ball pop out. It's 1 out in the inning. So Keith and Anderson to come to the plate. Anderson, strikeout victim, his last time up.
With one out, the batter's the third baseman, number 10, Keithan Anderson.
Ground ball, hit off the end of the bat. Harrington makes the play, retires Anderson. So, one pitch, he retires the second out, and that's what you want to do if you're a pitcher. Get them out in the least number of pitches as possible. That'll bring Nielsen Jim to the plate. Jim's 0 for 1, strikeout victim his last time up.
With 2 outs, the batter's the right fielder, number 24, Niles Jim.
Fastball outside. Counts 1-0. 2 outs in the inning. Knights lead 6-0. Top of 4. Ball in the dirt. 2-0. Swing and miss on a wild high fastball from Harrington. And Jim took an aggressive cut at it. He had no chance to hit that. That was over his head. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. Count evens up 2-2. So Harrington, after being behind 2-0, has fought back. Even the count, deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Knights lead 6-0 in the top of 4. And there's a fastball, a curveball swung at and missed. And this time Owen goes to the inside, just like we talked about. And quickly retires to the runner. Harrington cruises through 4, 3 up, 3 down. Warriors had no runs on no hits. Knights had no errors. Knights lead 6-0 going to the bottom of the 4th.
That half an inning for the Warriors. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. You up to the Knights. Brett Busby.
So Brett Busby coming to the plate. 1 for 2 on the night. Run scored. He's delivered the big blow of the game. 3-run homer out to right center field. Quickly ahead 1-0 on the outside fastball from Henry. Count moves to 1-0. Knights lead 6-0, bottom of 4. Busby swings through that one, 1-1. Ball above his hands. Probably a ball. Brent took an aggressive cut. Probably looked like a watermelon coming in there. It's about high fastball, is tough to hit. Ball in the dirt, 2-1. Good pitch from Henry right there. Counts 2-2. Good inside fastball. Kind of tied Brett up. Couldn't quite pull the trigger on it. Brett's going to call time, back out. Henry taking a little time to get his signal to deliver the pitch. Brett swings through that one. So, Busby retired via the strikeout. One quick out here in the bottom of the fourth. Caden Peoples coming to the plate.
We're going out the batter's right fielder, number 22, Caden Peoples.
Peoples 1 for 2, the run scored. It's a good inside fastball from Henry. Gets out ahead of Peoples 0-1. Ball way outside and back to the screen. Count evens up 1-1. Knights lead 6-0, bottom of 4. Knights have 6 runs on 9 hits. Warriors no runs on 1 hit. Committed a couple of errors to help the Knights' cause. Ball outside, 2-1. Knights would love to push across a few more runs here to make the run rule kind of ease closer to that run rule as 10 through 5 and see if they can close this one out early. But ever since the first inning, they've kind of cooled off. There's a good ground ball from Peoples. Sunday hop to the shortstop, makes the throw across, and that's 2 quick outs. And so Ian Harrington to come to the plate, 0 for 2 on the night.
With 2 outs, the batter's the pitcher, number 28, Ian Harrington.
Ball up, 1-0. Harrington fouls it off, right hand side, out of play. Count evens up 1-1. There's the drive out to center field. Center field arranges over and makes the play. So the Knights go 3 up, 3 down. In the bottom of the fourth, Knights lead through 4 innings, 6-0. So Harrington will return to the mound for his 5th inning of work. Braden Smith will lead it off, the center fielder for the Warriors. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 0 for 1. There's a bunt. Good breaking pitch from Harrington. Breaks it right across.
To lead off for the Warriors, the center fielder, number 23.
Out ahead of Smith.
Braden Smith.
Another breaking pitch, 0-2. So Harrington quickly had 0-2. Smith wants no part of those breaking balls. You know if he'll throw him a third one or go fastball outside. Fastball outside, swing and miss. Owen slings it around the diamond, and the Knights quickly have an out. If you watch a lot of baseball, you notice that West does a little something different when they throw it around. 99% of all baseball teams throw it around starting at third, go third, second, short, first. West throws it to first on a strikeout with nobody on. We'll talk about why after this pitch. It's fouled off right-hand side. And that was something Coach Jerry Boatner put in place years ago. And if you think about it, let's say there's a ball in the dirt or a ball low, and the catcher thinks he caught it, jumps up, throws it around, and the umpire said he didn't catch it cleanly or rules the other way. West is already strike on the inside corner of a breaking pitch. West is already throwing the ball where it has to go to get that out. Because on a strikeout and a ball in the dirt not caught cleanly, you have to throw it to first, tag the runner, or tag the bag. And so West is just doing it from efficiency standpoint. It's got to go there one way or the other. So they throw it to first, to short, to second, to third, but they throw it to first in case anything happens on that called third strike. The ball's already going where it's supposed to go. So 2 quick outs from Harrington via the strikeout.
Second baseman number 3, Hayden Willis.
And Hayden Willis coming to the plate. Willis 0 for 1. Strikeout victim his last time up. Breaking pitch up. So Harrington so far in the game's got 8 Ks. Nice lead, 6-0. Top of the 5th inning. Ball in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. Harrington at this point's given up 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 8, quickly ahead right here in this count, 1-2. And that'll do strike 2. So Deuce is wild, 2-2. I think we had the count didn't have the count quite right. There's strike 3, and we're out of the inning. So Harrington strikes out the side. And through 4.5, the Knights lead 6-0. So Leeds Jenkins will start off the bottom half of the 5th for the Knights. Leeds coming in 1 for 2 on the night with a single. Strike on the outside half. Tristan Enders returned for his 5th inning of work for the Warriors. Says Jenkins went 0-2. Ball in the dirt, so Jenkins now down 0-2. The umpire called that a swing. Jenkins grounds it to third. It's going to be a tough play. Third make a good scoop, strong throw, and he gets him. Close play at first, but I believe that's the right call. It's a good play by third. It's a good strong arm across the diamond. Good scoop by first. Ball's a little low. But first baseman dug it out. And Carson Smith coming to the plate. Carson Smith's having himself a fine night. 2 for 2, 1 run scored, an RBI. Fouls it straight back. Right off the net in front of the booth. Ball inside, evens the count 1-1. Knights lead 6-0. Bottom of the 5th inning. Two and one. Knights played at 4 in the first and have cooled off since. Helped by a couple of Warrior errors. Smith fouls it straight back again. Counting was up 2-2. Carson, soft ground ball to the shortstop. It's going to be a tough play. Not going to get it. Carson runs pretty well from the left-hand side, and Carson's going to beat out what I believe is an infield single. Even if he fields that ball and throws it cleanly and is held at first, there's no way they get him. So Hunter Russell coming to the plate. Hunter Russell's 1 for 2. Run scored. Got Carson Smith at first with 1 out. The Knights would love to add a couple more runs. 6-0 game. Hunter can find a way to get on base here, put a lot of pressure on the Warrior defense. Flipping at the top of the order, he's done a pretty good bit of damage with the bat tonight. Fake throw down to first, nothing going on. Carson's just getting a nice secondary lead. Trying to make Choctaw Central do something that they don't necessarily want to do. There's fouled off. Count moves to 2-1. Ball inside. Count moves to 3-1. There's a strike. Runs the count full 3-2. Outside corner strike on a fastball from Henry. Henry, after the first inning, settled down and done a pretty good job. And the Knights have 6 runs on 10 hits, but most of that damage is done in the bottom half of the first. They've still gotten their share of hits, but he's been able to limit the damage on the scoreboard. Russell just drives one into the corner, just foul. Barreled it up, just took probably 2 to 3 feet left of the foul line, just in foul territory. Man, it was hit well. There's a drive out to center. Center fielder range is over. Carson's going to have to retreat to first. A really wild throw from the center fielder. So Hunter Russell hits a bullet to center. Center fielder makes the play. Carson off with the pitch. Rounded second. Retreated. Had to touch second base on his way back around, which he did, and came back to first base.
Jackson Parker.
And so now Jackson Parker coming to the plate. Jackson's 2 for 2. 1 run scored, 1 RBI. Had kind of a swing and bunt his last time up. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop makes a fine play. Throws it to first in time. And so Warrior shortstop's a heck of a game defensively. Made some outstanding plays out there. That one had hit written all over it. He ranged to his left, made a good strong throw, and retired Jackson. So the Knights put nothing on the board. Nonetheless, they lead through 5 complete by a score of 6-0. So Harrington returns for his 6th inning of work. The Knights do have a little action in the bullpen. It's like Caden Bosel's up and tossing, getting loose just in case. The Warriors have Even Joe, left fielder, leading off. He's 0 for 1, strikeout victim his last time up. Squared to bunt. Good breaking pitch from Harrington. I don't think Joe knew what to do with that. And Harrington's got a big old grin on his face like Joe didn't expect that to come at all. So now Brett keep both feet on the grass for strike number 2. See if he's going to bunt again. And he does square. Count moves to 1-1. This is the 9-hole hitter in the Warrior order. Now Busby retreats just a little. Good breaking pitch. Joe swings it, kind of waves at that. And if I'm Harrington, I see that. He's absolutely getting another one of those. He was way out in front. Made no adjustment. Harrington throws him a fastball and retires him via the strikeout. And that's Harrington's 11th K of the night. That'll flip the order back to the pitcher, Tristan Henry. Good breaking pitch from Harrington, good location, inside half. Quickly ahead 0-1 to Henry. Henry's had a decent night on the mound. Once he got through that first inning, he just kind of, Knights have yet not been able to get the key hit with runners on base to extend the lead. Henry swings and misses another breaking pitch, 0-2. Way out in front of that one. Fastball rolls over. Henry rolls over it. Flips it to Graham. Graham flips to first. And 2 quick outs for Harrington. So that'll bring Colin Dixon to the plate. Dixon 0 for 2. Fastball, swing at it, missed. Ball in the dirt, evens it up at 1-1. Good breaking pitch inside corner. Great location from Harrington there. Not much you could do with that if you're Dixon. Fastball inside. Pulled off foul. Count stays 1-2. 2 outs. Knights lead 6-0 in the top half of the 6th inning. Good fastball. That retires the side via the strikeout. So Harrington, through 6 complete, has given up no runs on 1 hit. Knights have committed no errors behind him. Through 5.5 innings, West leads 6-0.
No errors. And nobody left on base. Due up for the Knights, Jacob Wooten, Cannon Graham, and Brett Busby.
So Jacob Wooten will lead off. The bottom half of the sixth. Jacob's 2 for 2, 1 run scored, reached on a base on balls. And Jacob would love to get something started. Nice, put a few more runs on the board. You got Wooten, Graham, and Busby, heart of the order for the Knights.
25. Jacob Wooten.
Wooten with a soft tap that a mound mishandled. Plenty of time for the pitcher and retires him. So Jacob gets something off the end of the bat. Right back to the pitcher. 1 pitch, 1 out for Henry. That'll bring Cannon Graham to the plate. Cannon 0 for 3.
With 1 out, the bat is the second baseman, number 5, Cannon Graham.
Fly ball hit way in the air. Second baseman's calling for it. And makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Actually 2 pitches, 2 outs for Henry. Knights are not making him work this inning. Busby coming to the plate. Knights lead 6-0. 2 quick outs.
The batter is the third baseman, number 1, Brett Busby.
Time call, no pitch. Busby takes a strike on the outside corner. Busby fouls one off, right-hand side, into the Warrior bullpen area. I believe it's going to get out of play, and it does. Fisted off to the right-hand side. And that's a quick 3 up, 3 down inning. Once again, the Knights put nothing on the board. And we move to the top of the 7th. Knights leading 6-0.
That has been from the Knights. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Due up to the Warriors, Gage Lewis, Stephen Anderson, and Niles Jim. Concession stand like they make a quick announcement. All hot foods half price.
So Harrington returns to the mound for his 7th inning of work.
Gage Lewis.
Gage Lewis coming to the plate. Knights lead 6-0. Top of the 7th inning. Knights have 6 runs on 11 hits. Warriors have no runs on 1 hit. Committed 4 errors. Ball in the dirt low. Count moves to 1-0. I think the Knights wish they would have performed a little better tonight offensively. Just have been kind of not really super patient at the plate. Was attacking early in the count, maybe hit some balls. Hit some balls right to some guys. Didn't hit it solid. they've had their fair share of hits, but then they hadn't been able to get the key hit to kind of just close the game out with runners on base. Fouled off again. Count moves to 1-2. Having said that, they're still winning 6-0 and have accumulated 10 hits in the game. So it's not like it's a poor offensive performance. I just think the Knights wish they could have closed it out a little bit sooner and hopefully can hang on right here and get the victory. Good fastball from Harrington. Still got good velocity in the 7th inning.
With one out, the batter's the third baseman, number 10, Keithan Anderson.
That's Harrington's 13th strikeout of the game. Anderson comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Anderson's a 0 for 2 on the night, strikeout victim earlier in the game as well. Harrington gets out in front 0-1. Ball low, 1-1. Good breaking pitch. Wooten knocks it up. Anderson runs well. And it's going to say Jenkins was off the bag. I know Leeds kind of got his foot on top of the bag and slipped. But I'm not so sure it wasn't still there. Slipped across the top of the bag on the other side of the bag. But it sure looked like his foot was still there. However, umpire had a much better view than I did. And we'll go with his call. So that's probably going to be an error on Jacob. Bobbling it at first, shortstop. So the Warriors have their first runner on base in some time. And Nilesden Jim, the right fielder, coming to the plate. Jim's 0 for 2, struck out both times up. Swing and a miss. Count moves to 0-1. One out, nice lead, 6-0, top of 7. Ground ball. Harrington picks it up, throws to second. Wooten with a quick turn. Decides to hold on to the ball. Probably a good choice. Didn't really have it at first. So that's 2 outs. Braylon Smith coming to the plate. Braylon Smith 0 for 2.
The batter is the center fielder, number 23, Braylon Smith.
Breaking pitch. Counts 0-1. Swing and a miss. Harrington out in front 0-2. Strike 3, and that'll do it. So, Ian Harrington gets his 6th win on the season, moves his record to 6-1. The Knights record the 6-0 victory from district play, moves their record to 7-0 in district, and 14-2 overall.
Game times at 5 and 7.
The next time the Knights will be in action, they'll travel to Choctaw Central Friday night, have a junior varsity game at 5 and a varsity game at 7. Then they will turn around and play Kosciuszko at Kosciuszko next Tuesday night in what will probably decide the district championship, that series. The next home game we'll have will be next Thursday against Kosciuszko, and I encourage everybody to be here as it'll be a big, that'll probably be where the district championship is decided. It'll be here at Jerry Bodner Field next Thursday night. So the Knights do secure this victory 6-0 on 10 hits. They only committed 1 error. Pretty solid performance on the mound from Ian Harrington. And the Knights remain perfect in district, which is what counts. So we hope to see you guys at Choctaw Central Friday. If you want to go to Kosciuszko Tuesday, we'll be there then, but certainly be here at Jerry Bodner Field on Thursday. Nice to need your fan support. For Marcus Willis and West Lauderdale Athletics, West Lauderdale Baseball, signing off. It's been a pleasant evening. I've enjoyed bringing the game to you. Hope you have a great rest of the week.